So I'm not gonna lie, there was a time when I enjoyed Most Haunted. I didn't watch all seasons or all episodes or whatever, but the occasional episode of Most Haunted was absolutely fine. It's a nostalgic thing for me at this point. If you don't remember what Most Haunted is, it was this kind of awful British ghost haunting TV show with Yvette Fielding and Derek Acorah. It was very theatrical. Basically every episode he would get possessed by some kind of spirit and then they would talk through him. It was way more, even more theatrical, you know, like other shows that we spoke about previously. However, there's one thing that strikes me that goes across almost all these ghost hunting shows, and that is that they somehow all have a massive amount of drama happening behind the scenes, right? We've seen it with Zak Bagans and the Dakota drama and Nick Groff at Ghost Adventures, and we're seeing it here as well. But let me tell you something. The level of drama that went on behind the scenes and is still ongoing. By the end of this video, I'm going to talk about an update literally from like 3 days ago. But the history of drama that's been going on behind the scenes at Most Haunted, it's incredible, okay? And I've been reading some of it here and there every now and then, so I felt, maybe I should pull it all together, make one compelling video that tells you guys what's going on and what allegedly went on behind the scenes at Most Haunted. A lot of this is going back to around 2005, when their, at that time, resident parapsychologist, Ciaran O'Keefe, who joined the team a year prior, so in 2004 he joined, worked with them for about a year, and then he kind of got suspicious of whether Derek Acorah is actually a medium and whether he actually has the abilities that he claims. I read somewhere, he said, for example, that he witnessed allegedly how Derek Acorah put his hand on a bedside table, right, in some hotel, and then suddenly came up with this fairly accurate information about people who used to live there. So he got suspicious and he was like, is there a way for me to test whether this man is actually who he claims to be? And he did something ingenious. While they were shooting this episode, this derelict jail, he planted an invented person into this whole narrative because he was working on the show. So he planted that information in there and he invented this long dead South African jailer called Creed Kafer. Okay, which is an anagram for Derek Faker. So he just invented this in order to expose him. And he says himself in this article in the Mirror, he says, I honestly didn't think Derek would take the bait, but during the filming, he actually got possessed by my fictional character. So on the next shoot, in a different place in Cornwall, Ciaran made up another fictional character, highwayman Rick Eadless, an anagram for Derek Lies. Sure enough, Derek made contact with the dead outlaw. So in conclusion, Ciaran then said, in my professional opinion, I don't think we're dealing with a genuine medium here. But as you can imagine, if you come up with this mechanism where you invent fictional characters and then Derek Acorah gets possessed by them, that's like a fun little tool you've got at your disposal. So he didn't stop there. At another shooting near Aberdeen, he made up stories about Richard the Lionheart, a witch, and Richard's apparition appearing to walk through a wardrobe, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe, two to form. Derek mentioned all Ciaran's stories, even though Richard reigned 500 years before that particular castle that they were in was even built. And then the final straw came last month, and this is obviously years ago, it was in 2005, when Most Haunted presented a 3-night special from Manchester. On the second evening, the show claimed to be broadcasting live from the sites as an asylum, a place where, according to presenter David Bull, thousands died in torment. In fact, they were in the derelict remains of Barnes Convalescence Home, where nobody died in torment. Ciaran remembers Derek was communicating with spirits that sounded as if they'd been in an asylum, but it never was an asylum. You have to stop planting that false information into your medium, okay? That's what they rely on. They research information. No, okay, look. Let's make this really clear, because I can already see the comments. I'm not saying that every single form of medium or having understanding or mind connection, sending messages, like I'm sure some of this stuff in some shape or form exists. Maybe, possibly, it's worth looking at. But when it comes to this specific case and Derek Acorah and Most Haunted and all that, it's just, if these allegations that the Mirror is making here are true, it's just not credible. It has lost all credibility. So when this story was exposed and was kind of confirmed to be true, Derek left the show, had to leave the show. I'm not sure which one it was, but Yvette said the following year, we tell people everything is real, right? That's what they always claim on this show. Then it turns out he was fake, so he had to go. That was the comment by Yvette Fielding. And then Derek came back in kind of, in my personal opinion, poor attempt of trying to save his reputation, and he said in regard to this Creed Kafer scandal, where he just was possessed by all these people that were made up, that it wasn't his fault, it was his spiritual guide Sam, who messed it up, okay? It's like a ghostly presence who helped him to contact the spirit world. It is my spiritual guide Sam. He messed it up. That's why I saw and contacted these fictional characters that someone planted into me before the show. That makes a lot of sense. And it seems like from what I could read that the relationship was already a bit troubled between Yvette Fielding and Derek Acorah prior to this event, but now obviously Derek Acorah was kind of made to leave from the sounds of it, the Most Haunted show, and people started to question his credibility, which obviously then also affected his career as a whole. So it seems like that really escalated this troubled relationship between Yvette Fielding and Derek Acorah, which is going on till this day, as you'll see towards the end of this video. Despite Derek Acorah sadly having passed away in 2020. Okay, so the man is 4 years dead now, and it's still ongoing. Derek was asked by producers to leave the show. Okay, and in 2015, Yvette Fielding axed mediums completely from Most Haunted. I didn't even know this. That's very interesting. So it seems like with this scandal around Derek Acorah, the whole world of mediums took quite a big hit in terms of credibility. But that leads us to 2024. Here we have a piece of news in the Daily Mail, actually. Well, there you go. Published 3 days ago and updated 2 days ago. And it's titled, Yvette Fielding says her Most Haunted co-star, Derek Acorah, was a fake who tried to grope her. As former Blue Peter presenter opens up about TV pair's feud. So Yvette Fielding claims that the fake medium Derek Acorah tried to chase and kiss her. Acorah, who died in 2020, asked really explicit questions while being possessed. I love that so much. He's possessed, right? He's like, so now I'm this really horny character from 1695. So what color's your underwear? You know what I mean? Come on, show me. I'm possessed. This is fine. I've signed a disclaimer that every time I'm possessed, I can do whatever I want. I love this idea that he used this as a free ticket to do whatever he wants. At least that's how it sounds here. I mean, look, I'm making fun of it. It's obviously horrible for Yvette in this particular case. If it's true, at the moment, it's all just allegations, okay? So we don't know if any of this is true. But it is wild that apparently she's coming out with this now. The man's been dead for 4 years. You know what I mean? Let him rest. Okay, sure. He faked some stuff. To be honest, I don't understand why anyone ever believed this show in the first place. If you look at it, it's so theatrical, it's so made up. It's pretty clear that the whole thing is a theater piece. But hey, here we go. The drama doesn't stop. Yvette Fielding, maybe, I don't know, maybe her career needs a boost. So she puts it out there. Let's see what this article says. So she claims Derek Acorah was fake, tried to grope and kiss her at least at one occasion. In one incident, she recalls how Acorah, who had been drinking... Again, these are all just allegations, in this particular case, I think, made by Yvette Fielding. He stretched out his arms as if he'd been crucified on the cross and proclaimed he was Jesus. He then proceeded to chase me around the restaurant, and I was batting him away because he was trying to ram his tongue down my throat. She claims that Acorah was always trying to kiss her, and they laughed it off on that occasion, believing he had too much to drink. But she recalls there were other moments when he was seemingly possessed by a spirit and would say explicit things to Fielding, including repeatedly asking to see her breasts. Wow, you see how far gone the dude is. My thought was he maybe wants to know the color of her panties or something, as I said earlier, as I very vividly illustrated. But no, he's like, take it all off, baby. Just take it off. Oh, boy. It's not funny. It's not funny, okay? I'm not laughing. You are laughing. Labeling Acorah as an egoistical monster. He's dead. The man is dead. This is crazy that she's coming out and she's ranting about these. Look, sure, sometimes you don't like people and you've got a feud with people, but once they're dead, am I mistaken in this assumption that that's not okay? Once someone has died, you just let him rest. Even you hated the guy or the girl or whatever it is. It's done. We're done. But this is... I don't know about this, man. Fielding also said that he was a fraud who often excused himself to go to the toilet during recordings, but was heard on his mic trying to find out information about the history of the place they were in. That's amazing. You know, not only did he take all the bait from this other guy that we spoke about earlier, all the fake names he made up and stories, included that into his possessions. Also, he goes to the toilet like he's the worst prepared medium of all time. They're like, so, Derek, you feel anything? He's like, I gotta go to the toilet. And then he goes to the toilet and you can hear over his microphone, he's like, God, there's gotta be something that I can find about this princess or something. And everyone in the control room, right, they're like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Look, again, these are all allegations. This is just Yvette Fielding making allegations against a person who has died 4 years ago. That's what this is. I don't know if it's true. I'm not saying it's true, but it's a damn funny story from an outside's perspective. And please don't misunderstand me, okay? Obviously, this is horrible. If this really happened to Yvette Fielding, that's a horrible thing. I'm making fun of it, but that's because it's so bizarre. The whole picture of them doing this obviously fake Most Haunted show, which they claim is completely real. They bring in these mediums who suddenly get possessed every single episode, and then these dramas behind the scene. I understand that it's horrible for these individuals, and I'm not marginalizing it, okay? Please don't misunderstand me there. But it's a wild story, and I wanted to relate. And maybe I apologize, I laughed a bit too much. Okay, here and there, I laughed too much. But anyway, I hope you had a good time watching me laughing about other people's misery, and you enjoyed this little episode that was a bit different. Okay, we're talking about Most Haunted. But again, for me, it's such a nostalgic show. I kind of love it. I love watching these British haunting shows. It's fun. For me, it's fun. But guys, please leave your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. Did you watch Most Haunted? What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it was ever real? Or, I mean, any thoughts are appreciated. Leave them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button. That's what we do around here. Okay, you can subscribe as well and join our Discord, where we have a lovely community of like-minded people. We talk about everything from video games to ghosts to UFOs, anything you want to talk about. That's what the Discord community is for. So I hope to meet you there. I see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Bye.